Houston Real Estate Radio starts right now.
Welcome to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm Shannon Register, and this segment of the show is being sponsored by The Perfect Light. They offer outdoor lighting products and mosquito misting systems. Later in the show, we're going to have someone joining us from The Perfect Light to talk about how you can improve your outdoor living space this spring. If you have a real estate question that you'd like answered, you can give us a call, 281-882-8088. James and I are always happy to answer your real estate questions. If there's something that's on your mind or something that you just want to know more about, you can give us a call at 281-882-8088. And we do still have a few of those buyer guides left. So if you call today, you should still be able to reserve your free copy of the buyer's guide. I hope you're having a great Sunday afternoon. I've got a very special guest here in the studio with me today. You've heard Jeff Shore on our program before, and today we have joining us from California is one of his coworkers. We've got Amy in the studio. How are you, Amy?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you.
Just came in from California.
Yes. Wonderful. Very happy to be here in warm Houston.
Yes, it's nice weather here.
It is nice.
So can you give us an overview of what you see going on in the market? Because I know you travel a lot, and you see a lot of the different areas. Some parts were certainly hit harder than other areas, Houston being kind of the top one to come out of the recession the fastest. So what are you seeing in different areas of the country?
Well, it's so exciting. There's so many wonderful things happening. And first is the excitement. I mean, to see the excitement back in the home building industry.
Positive news, right?
Oh, my gosh. It's so wonderful. It is happy for everyone, too. I mean, homeowners are back out and they're happy. And, on the sales side and on the home building side, everyone's happy. But the really hot topic right now that continues to come up everywhere I go is price increases. Mm-hmm. I mean, the prices, especially in certain markets, in the hotter markets, the prices are just exploding. And, we're looking at this and we're trying to figure out exactly what's going on, and buyers are trying to figure out exactly what's going on with the prices, right? They're looking at this, and if they've already bought, they're thrilled that the prices are going up. But if they're making that buying decision, they're looking at this and they're saying, what's happening here? And quite frankly, it's a very sensitive topic, not only for the home builders and for the new home salespeople, the real estate salespeople, but the home buyers are out there going, what's going on? Mm-hmm. Some of them are unhappy with the price increases, and some of them are still sitting on the fence saying, what's going on, and when do I make a move? When do I jump into
now? This? If you haven't made it and you want to make it, now's the time.
That's exactly right. You could not be more right on that. And we're looking at this, and we really want to understand what's going on, and we want to help people understand what's happening with the prices, so they know what's driving the prices up. And I think that the big piece here is to understand that builders don't set the price. Right. The market sets the price. Mm-hmm. The market sets the price. Builders have never set the price, and they never will. Home buyers are never going to pay more than the market will demand them to. So, when we're looking at this and builders are trying to set the price, they're looking and they're trying to gauge what the market is doing, and they're taking their best guess at it. If they price the homes too high, then they're not going to sell. Right. And the market tells them that. Mm-hmm. If they price the homes too low, the market tells them that too. They sell too many homes. Mm-hmm. So, we're
too fast.
Too fast. That's exactly right. They're out of inventory. That's exactly right. And, so as things are moving along so quickly here, people are trying to get a hold of what is the right price. Mm-hmm. And so you're seeing prices go up. And when they're just trying to find the sweet spot, just like regular people who are selling their own homes, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to price their home to the market as well. Right. So, for part of the people who are looking at that and they're frustrated with the increase of prices going up, part of it is understanding that the market really sets the price here, and the market's going to do what the market's going to do. And when you're looking at this, we can certainly never guarantee price increases or how prices are going to go. Right. But there's some main factors here that are driving the price. So for those people who are sitting on the fence, and like we said earlier, now is the time, we can look at some factors that are driving the price now.
What are those factors that they need to be looking at?
Absolutely. And there's three main ones. The first one is the low inventory. Mm-hmm. We have very, very low inventory right now, not only on the new home side, but on the resale resell.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the market is dramatically undersupplied with homes right now. On the new home side, we just we paused, right? We hit the pause button for several years. So now as we're trying to ramp back up and buy land and develop the land,
Takes a little time.
absolutely, it takes a little time. So we're trying to work that supply back up. And then on the resale side, you know, there's a lot of people now who, even if they're not underwater, they don't have enough equity to sell their homes.
Yeah, they're still waiting.
Absolutely. So you're looking at this, and what we know is we need about 1.1 million homes per year in a healthy market to keep up with.
Nationally?
And absolutely, nationally. And so last year, in a recovery year, we built about 550,000 homes. So you can see there's a big swing there between what we need and what we have. And then the previous years before that, we were just over 300. So we've had quite a period of time here where we've been undersupplying the market with homes.
Because there wasn't any demand.
There wasn't any demand. And now we all of a sudden have all this demand and we don't have the inventory. So just from an economic standpoint, as we know, if inventory is low, prices go up.
Right.
The second factor that's really playing into driving prices up right now is increasing rent.
Yes, we've seen that here in Houston. Rental prices are on the rise, and they're really the highest they've ever been.
Absolutely. That's happening everywhere. I mean, some places rentals are up as much as 20%. So you see people who are looking at this rent to own comparison that everybody always did.
Right.
And they're saying, wow, rents are at record highs and mortgages, interest rates are record lows. So when they couple those two things together, it actually makes more sense for them to buy a home.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. So they're looking at this, and so people who would ordinarily rent now want to buy. So demand is up. And we know economics says that when demand is up, prices go up. So that's sort of the second piece here as to what's happening.
Don't you think also the people who hit that were in the very first part of the recession wave, it's now been a few years, their credits had time to recover from that short sale that they did in the beginning, and now they're able to start getting ready to get a new loan for a new house.
Absolutely.
So I think some of that recovery is driving it as well.
You're right. And there's a lot of markets where that is happening, where the markets declined more quickly. And so they have now gone through that waiting period, and they've worked through their issues and their foreclosures or their short sales, and now they're able to buy again.
Yeah.
So, you know, they've been doing a temporary housing situation that they're very ready to get out of.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
And we've just had other people too, you know, people living with mom and dad a bit longer, or
Right.
people waiting to buy that first home a bit longer, or staying in the second home instead of moving up. All of these things are leaning towards increased demand. All of these people who've been sitting on the sidelines, they're coming out now, and they know that it's a good time to buy, and they see the market heating up, and they don't want to be left behind.
Right.
Yeah. So all of this increased demand is pushing up prices.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. I think that buyers do want to, I see them wanting to justify the prices going up. And, you know, we normally use the comparables that have sold as on a resale to show that. And it's hard to do that on new construction, you know, really. I mean, when you're comparing it to other homes that have just sold, it's very hard to do. But prices are going up. But not only are the prices going up, the materials, the raw materials have gone up. The land has gone up. So the builder costs have increased as well.
You're exactly right, and that's that third big piece. So we've got the low inventory, we've got increased demand, and then that you're exactly right. That third factor is increased labor and material cost, and you're seeing it's a double whammy here. It's sort of the perfect storm, where contractors and trades now who have taken the hit for so many years, and so many people left those jobs to do other things. Well, now they're scrambling to get all those people back, and they need to pay them a little bit more money to get the labor. So that cost is going up, and then just the raw materials that go into building the homes is going up dramatically. So again, we have cost increasing, and that also drives the price up. So, you know, you really do have these three simple factors that are all tending towards pushing up prices: low supply, high demand, high cost. And when you look at those three things together, that is what the market is doing. That is the market adjusting those prices in an upward trend, and in some places more quickly than others.
Yeah. You know, we're really lucky here in Houston that we've recovered so quickly.
Yeah.
So let's change gears a little bit. I have a question for you. I know you train a lot of new home salespeople, and one of the questions that I see consumers struggling with is, what is the difference between the realtor and the new home salesperson. And, you know, my take on that is this new home salesperson knows everything about that house, and they know about the product. And then what I'm doing for you is you're negotiating and, you know, taking care of you on the, you know, more the fiduciary responsibilities, because the new home salesperson represents the seller, or represents the builder. Right. So what do you tell people, you know, what is the real job for the new home salesperson?
Yeah, and that's a great question, and I absolutely encourage that we should not see them as separate roles necessarily, but a partnership, and it should be couched that way from the very beginning. As soon as that realtor brings that buyer into that new home community and meets that new home salesperson, it should be a partnership all the way through, right? It shouldn't just be, here's my role over here, here's your role over there, I'll do mine, you'll do yours, everything will be fine. But if we could get everybody on the same page, get everybody moving in the right direction, certainly the realtor's job is to represent the buyer, and that's a wonderful place for them to be. The new home salesperson has to bridge that gap. They need to come in. They also need to be looking out for what's in the best interest of the buyer as well. They certainly are a builder representative, and they're going to, you know, fulfill that role, and as they should. However, they also have a role here in connecting with the customer's mission, truly wanting to find out what is the best home for them, and that's where I see that partnership coming in. You know, the realtor should be coming in. The new home salesperson should be showing the appropriate appreciation for the visit, thanking them for coming out, finding out what they already know about the prospect and the buyer, and then
kind of
like
what
you said,
their needs are.
Absolutely, everybody should be, the main focus for both parties really needs to be on the buyer.
Yeah,
what is that buyer's
that.
mission? What do they need? What do they want? What are they coming from? What are they coming for?
Well, and what I've found is that, you know, a home buyer may like a certain plan that can't be built in this particular neighborhood. Yeah. So that salesperson knows where they need to go to get that plan. And another thing is, you know, they only have certain homes on the ground to look at, but they've got a lot of plans you can choose from. So, you know, the new home salesperson to me really helps me help my client find the right house.
That's exactly right.
They know what products are available. It's kind of like, you know, you don't have an MLS system for, you know, so you got to have the new home salespeople helping you find the right home for your client.
That's exactly right. Once everybody gets on the same page, it is that new home salesperson's responsibility to guide them within that community or within other new home communities that they're aware of to make sure that we're getting the right home for that buyer, because that really is everybody's main mission.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, Amy. We are so glad that you joined us today and came in from California instead of Skyping. It's great to have you in the studio. And we're going to be right back after a word from our sponsors right here on Houston Real Estate Radio.